Think about how often processed meats slip into your daily routine without you even noticing. A quick sausage at breakfast, a hot dog as a snack, deli meat in a sandwich, bacon with eggs, packaged chicken slices because they feel convenient and protein-rich. On the surface, these foods seem harmless, even practical, especially when life is busy. But for your kidneys, processed meats are like a constant background strain that never fully goes away. These foods are heavily loaded with sodium, preservatives, and chemical additives that your kidneys must filter out again and again, day after day, without a break. Sodium is the first major issue. Kidneys regulate fluid balance in the body, and when sodium intake stays high, they are forced to hold on to water to dilute the excess salt in your bloodstream. This increases blood volume and raises blood pressure. High blood pressure quietly damages the tiny filtering units inside the kidneys called nephrons. Once these delicate filters are scarred, they do not regenerate. Each salty meal pushes the kidneys a little closer to long-term damage, even if you feel completely fine on the outside. Another hidden danger in processed meats is phosphorus additives. Unlike natural phosphorus found in whole foods, added phosphorus is absorbed almost entirely by the body. This places an intense burden on the kidneys, especially as we age. Most people never check phosphorus levels, yet excess phosphorus can harden blood vessels, weaken bones, and accelerate kidney decline. The scariest part is that phosphorus has no taste, so there is no warning sign while eating these foods. Processed meats also promote inflammation. Preservatives like nitrates and nitrites may extend shelf life, but inside the body they increase oxidative stress. This inflammation affects blood vessels, supplying the kidneys, reducing proper blood flow. Over time, reduced circulation means less oxygen and nutrients reach kidney tissue, slowly impairing function. This damage happens silently, without pain, making it easy to ignore until the problem becomes serious. What makes processed meats especially dangerous is how normalized they are. They are cheap, widely available, and heavily marketed. Many people believe drinking water can offset the damage, but hydration does not cancel out the constant chemical load these foods create. Kidneys can adapt for a while, but adaptation is not protection. It is a slow compromise that eventually reaches a breaking point. Regular consumption also trains taste buds to crave salt, making whole foods seem bland. This keeps people trapped in a cycle where kidney stress becomes routine. For anyone with undiagnosed kidney weakness, diabetes, or high blood pressure, processed meats accelerate damage even faster, turning a manageable issue into a chronic condition without obvious warning signs, leaving the kidneys working harder and harder behind the scenes, filtering excess waste, fighting rising pressure, and struggling to maintain balance as the damage quietly continues. Instant foods and packaged meals have become a daily survival tool for many people, especially when time is short and energy is low. Instant noodles, boxed pasta mixes, frozen dinners, canned soups, and ready-made gravies promise comfort in minutes. But for your kidneys, they create a slow and steady overload that builds with every serving. The main issue hiding inside these foods is sodium, and not just a little extra, but extreme amounts that push the kidneys beyond their natural ability to maintain balance over time. When you consume large amounts of sodium, your kidneys are forced to retain water to dilute the salt in your bloodstream. This raises blood pressure and increases stress inside the tiny filtering units that clean your blood. Over months and years, this pressure damages those filters, reducing their ability to remove waste efficiently. The danger is that this process does not cause immediate pain or discomfort, so most people continue the habit without realizing the harm being done beneath the surface. Packaged meals also contain preservatives, flavor enhancers, and artificial ingredients that add to the kidney workload. Each chemical compound must be filtered or broken down, creating additional strain on kidney tissue. Many ready-to-eat foods include phosphorus additives similar to those found in processed meats, which are absorbed almost completely by the body. Excess phosphorus can disrupt mineral balance, weaken bones, and place further stress on already overworked kidneys. Another problem is how these foods affect hydration. High sodium meals make you thirsty, but many people respond by drinking sugary beverages instead of water. This combination forces kidneys to handle both excess salt and excess sugar at the same time. Even when water is consumed, it does not fully protect the kidneys from constant exposure to extreme sodium levels. The kidneys are not designed to handle this degree of daily chemical pressure for long periods. Instant foods also alter taste preferences. Regular consumption dulls sensitivity to natural flavors, making fresh foods seem bland. This encourages even greater reliance on processed meals, creating a cycle that is difficult to break. Over time, this habit contributes to weight gain, insulin resistance, and higher blood pressure, all of which are closely linked to kidney disease. For individuals with undiagnosed kidney weakness, high blood pressure, or early diabetes, packaged meals quietly accelerate decline. What begins as convenience slowly becomes dependency, and dependency turns into damage that remains invisible until kidney function has significantly dropped. By the time warning signs appear, years of stress have already taken a toll, leaving kidneys exhausted from constant overwork, struggling to filter waste, regulate fluids, and maintain balance in a body that has been fed more chemicals than nourishment for far too long. Sugary drinks are one of the most underestimated threats to kidney health, and most people don't realize how harmful a simple soda, energy drink, or sweetened juice can be. These beverages are loaded with sugar, primarily in the form of fructose and glucose, and when consumed regularly, they put an enormous strain on your kidneys. Unlike solid foods, sugary drinks are absorbed rapidly into the bloodstream, spiking insulin levels and forcing the kidneys to work overtime to manage the sugar load and maintain chemical balance in your body. Over time, this repeated stress changes how the kidneys filter blood, increasing pressure inside the delicate filtering units called nephrons, which can lead to long-term damage. Beyond the sugar itself, many of these drinks contain phosphoric acid, which further compounds the stress on kidneys. Phosphoric acid can alter mineral balance, leach calcium from bones, and contribute to the formation of kidney stones, all while quietly straining the kidneys' filtering capacity. Regular consumption creates a dual challenge, managing high sugar levels and coping with chemical additives that the body cannot fully process without effort. The kidneys silently shoulder this burden, and for most people, there is no immediate pain or discomfort to signal that damage is occurring. Sugary drinks also play a major role in increasing the risk of obesity and insulin resistance. Excess sugar consumption leads to fat accumulation, particularly around the abdomen, which is closely linked to higher blood pressure. Elevated blood pressure increases kidney workload and accelerates the breakdown of filtering units. In effect, drinking soda or sweetened beverages is a triple threat to kidney health: direct chemical strain, metabolic disruption, and increased blood pressure. Even for people without diabetes, this repeated stress slowly impairs kidney function over time. Another problem is how habits around sugary drinks compound the issue. Many people pair these beverages with processed meals, fast food, or salty snacks, creating a perfect storm for the kidneys. While drinking water helps, it cannot undo the constant chemical assault and excessive sugar exposure. The kidneys can adapt for a while, but adaptation is not protection. With every soda or sweetened drink, the tiny organs work harder, filtering out toxins, managing fluid balance, and fighting inflammation quietly in the background. What makes sugary drinks especially dangerous is their normalization in daily life. They are marketed as fun, convenient, and even necessary for energy or social occasions, which makes it easy to overlook the hidden toll. People underestimate how quickly the habit accumulates into chronic stress for the kidneys. Over years, the repeated spikes in sugar, phosphate, and acidity slowly erode kidney function, often without any outward signs, until damage is significant. This silent damage means that even those who feel healthy today may be setting themselves up for kidney problems in the future, without realizing the connection between a seemingly harmless drink and long-term organ strain. Excessive protein, especially from animal sources, is often seen as a health booster, but too much of it can quietly overwork your kidneys. Protein is essential for building and repairing muscles, supporting immunity, and maintaining overall health. But when consumed in large amounts, particularly from red meat, poultry, and full-fat dairy, it forces your kidneys to filter more waste products like urea from the bloodstream. Every extra gram of protein adds to the workload of these organs, and while healthy kidneys can handle moderate protein, over time, continuous overconsumption can accelerate wear and tear, especially in people who may already have reduced kidney function without knowing it. Animal proteins produce more acidic waste compared to plant-based proteins. This acid load must be neutralized and removed from the body, a process largely managed by the kidneys. Over time, constant high acid intake can stress kidney tissue and contribute to gradual damage. Even diets that seem balanced from a weight loss or muscle building perspective can quietly undermine kidney health if the protein levels are consistently high. The problem is subtle. There are no immediate warning signs, only a slow, cumulative effect that often goes unnoticed until lab tests reveal a decline in kidney function. High protein diets can also affect hydration and electrolyte balance. Processing extra protein requires additional water to help flush out waste products. If a high protein diet is combined with inadequate fluid intake, the kidneys face a double strain. They must manage the chemical waste while trying to maintain fluid balance. Over time, this increases the risk of kidney stones, particularly in people prone to forming them, because concentrated urine encourages crystal formation. Even when hydrated, the sheer constant workload of excess protein can lead to micro damage in the filtering units. Many people believe that protein from animal sources is inherently better or more efficient, but this isn't always true for kidney health. Plant-based proteins like beans, lentils, tofu, and nuts generate less acidic waste and are absorbed more slowly, creating less strain on the kidneys. Switching some animal protein to plant sources can reduce kidney workload while still supporting muscle, energy, and overall nutrition. For those who follow strict high protein regimens, this adjustment can make a significant difference over time. Another challenge is that high protein diets often coincide with other kidney stresses. People may pair protein, heavy meals with processed foods, salty snacks, or sugary drinks, amplifying the combined effect on kidneys. Even seemingly healthy behaviors, like protein shakes or meal replacement powders, can contain additives and concentrated protein levels that subtly increase kidney burden. The cumulative effect is gradual, and many people continue these habits without realizing the long-term implications for their kidney function. It's important to understand that protein itself is not the enemy. It's the excess and the consistent overload that causes concern. Balanced intake, proper hydration, and awareness of kidney health markers like creatinine, blood pressure, and urine quality help maintain kidney function over time. Being conscious of protein sources and portion sizes allows you to support muscle, energy, and overall health without unintentionally straining the kidneys, giving them a chance to work efficiently without carrying a continuous, silent burden that could shorten their lifespan and reduce their capacity to filter your blood effectively. Salty snacks are everywhere, and most of us don't even think twice before reaching for a bag of chips, a handful of pretzels, or salted nuts. On the surface, they seem harmless, even satisfying, but for your kidneys, these snacks are a constant source of stress. Sodium is the main culprit. Every gram of salt you consume forces your kidneys to retain water to balance the excess sodium in your bloodstream. This increases blood pressure, and over time, high blood pressure damages the delicate filtering units inside the kidneys, called nephrons, reducing their ability to clean your blood efficiently. The danger with salty snacks is not just the occasional treat, but the habit of eating them daily. Small portions may seem insignificant, but the cumulative effect of continuous high sodium intake strains the kidneys consistently. Most people also pair these snacks with other processed or convenience foods, creating a daily diet high in sodium without even realizing it. This constant exposure leads to subtle inflammation in kidney tissue and blood vessels, which slowly turns into scarring. Once scarring develops, it is permanent, meaning each salty snack contributes to gradual, long-term damage that often goes unnoticed until kidney function is significantly impaired. Salted snacks also change your taste preferences, making natural foods like vegetables, fruits, and whole grains taste bland. This encourages continued reliance on processed, salty foods, further increasing sodium intake. For people with underlying conditions like high blood pressure, diabetes, or mild kidney impairment, even moderate consumption can accelerate kidney decline. The kidneys are forced to work harder with each serving, balancing fluids, filtering toxins, and managing mineral levels. Over time, this extra workload can reduce kidney efficiency and make them more vulnerable to disease, showing just how quietly something as simple as habitual snacking can affect long-term kidney health.